started. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. As you know, Tubman is a reimagination of Harriet Tubman's life through the eyes of a young high school girl that lives in Harlem. So let's go. You can always follow me and all those different things on the interwebs. I had reasoned this out in my mind. There was one of two things I had a right to: liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other. Harriet Tubman. Araminta, please sit up. You are in a serious meeting. This might be your last time in this school. Do you understand this? All because of a stupid book. This is ridiculous. We have to do something, Mama Red. Quiet. Araminta. Minty, baby. Blackwater River. 1820 kingship decree, life as we know it would be forever changed. Crevices laden with Ashanti, Ghana raised Harriet T. Harriet's first deliverer, her mama, a G. Spitting rebellious rhetoric, she inherited this autonomy. Harriet be like a brick, they said. To the head, they said. I don't pay them no mind. Heavy ain't my cup of tea anyway. Unconscious, dizzy, nearly dead, possibly, but I ain't stressed though, cause death ain't got nothing on Minty. You see, this freedom baby been growing strong in me since infancy, Merlin County line crippling me. Drowning. Queendom too big for this Morse-coded body, neurons running north from this oppressive heat, this tongue, this speech, to liberty for these worker bees. Visions, fate, sleep, but God holds the nightcap. I just peep vividly, talking to me, telling me to head to Philly to rescue family. Fugitive, they said, with a bounty on my head. You might win some, but you just lost one. It was more like 1,000. Moses, they called me, a scout, a spy, Union Army, old glory, my story. I was used to my hands dirty. I was throwing logs until my knuckles bleed. I can't shake these dreams urgently. September 17th, 1849. My brothers, they brought me back. But I never looked back. I was forward to the next morning. Promised land, heavenly, secrecy. I couldn't tell nobody. But there was gold all through the trees, all black, everything. Freedom over everything. If you could just see what I saw. Yo, you would be saying this too. Freedom over, freedom over, freedom over everything. Liberty's the melody. Freedom over, freedom over. Over everything, liberty's the melody. Up from slavery, black girl magic, no mystery. Bring to the head straight vision seed. Put me in a field and I fall asleep. Up in my consciousness, seeing God and happiness. Ain't they miss for me? No master slave, no middle class. Queen Harriet, with these stars I got, no trouble with that. Past, the south, the north, the night, the beach, I went back and forth. Save my family, my brothers trying to start with me, but mama rhythms inside of me. Mama rhythms inside of me. Freedom over, freedom over. everything. Liberty's the melody. Freedom over. Yeah. For everything. Liberty's I'm from Chesterfield County. Mighty Maryland couldn't match my bounty. My skin, not the property. This time, running through these streets. A galaxy fire. Black gold all in my eyes. Blinded by the light. I was the Confederacy's demise. I got around. Let my people down. Let my people down. My ancestors where I lay. My ancestors where I lay. My ancestors where I lay. We said freedom over. Freedom over. Freedom over. Freedom over. My ancestors where I lay. 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 You can make some noise right now, right there. Okay, see, it feels like a performance. I just sit there, waiting for things to clear up. I got bad eyes. I do. Mama tells me I'm different because I can see things. I'll be going to sleep and it'll be tight black, and I wake up and I see things I can't even describe. It's like a fire spread all over my body. Freedom from Harlem, from school, from pain. I was taken away when I was younger, a few years back or whatever. See, I was born in Maryland, raised in Harlem. See, mom and dad, they gone. Things weren't going so well in Maryland, so Mama Rit, she took us in. Me and my two brothers and my sister. But when we moved, we had to go to this stupid school where everybody thinks I'm dumb and I'm stupid. They don't see me, they don't hear me. And the foster pops before Mama Rit thought I was lying on his son, so he took whatever was close to him and he threw it at my head. Everything just went black and numb.
Minty's early life was full of challenges. Once, a man by the name of Edward Brodus sold 3 of her sisters to faraway plantations, breaking up the family. When a trader from Georgia approached Brodus about buying Rit's youngest son, Moses, Tubman's mother, Rit, successfully resisted the splitting up of her young family, showing a fierce and resistant example for her future activist young daughter. It is believed that Araminta Ross renamed herself Harriet after her mother.
So I've been watching Araminta for a while now. She came to my class on the first day with her head down. I think she's been struggling for a little bit, but nobody's really been able to do anything about it. So I'm going to keep this behavior log, right, where I'm going to track her academic work and her interactions with others, and I'm hoping that it'll keep her in school where she belongs. I'm hoping that this will solve everything.
In 2013, An 8-year-old girl in Illinois was arrested for acting out, and a 16-year-old girl in Alabama who suffers from diabetes, asthma, and sleep apnea was hit with a book by her teacher after she fell asleep in class.
So at my school, we have this student support team where they study a student for 6 weeks to see whether or not they need an IEP. An IEP is an individualized education plan where a classroom teacher and a special education teacher come together to devise a plan of skills and strategies to help the struggling student learn better in school. And I know she needs one. I know Araminta needs one. I'm no expert. I don't have a degree in special education. I have a degree in arts administration. And you see where that's gotten me. I'm the one at the school that does all the cultural celebrations and the heritage months. Like I said, I'm no expert, but all I know is that if she doesn't have this IEP, she will be expelled from school. And if I don't help her, who will? Who's gonna help her if I don't? Who?
In New York and Boston, Black boys and girls were subject to larger achievement gaps and harsher forms of discipline than their white counterparts. In some measures, the racial disparity between girls is greater than boys.
Araminta's like, yeah. She's like a different one, right? Like I've seen like my share of bad like apples, and like she's like definitely like in the bunch with all of them. Like, have you read her file? Like it says that she doesn't perform well on tests, like she doesn't read on grade level, and she's like always like falling like asleep in class. I mean, they like to blame us, and they like to blame the teachers, and they like to blame the system. Well, don't blame me for like the environment like that she like lives like in. And also, some students like want it and others like her don't. And I really don't think that there's a problem, Miss Berry. I just think that she needs to like stop falling asleep and like focus like in class. I mean, you can try to like help her, Miss Berry, but it would be nearly like impossible. As much as I don't like Miss Stapleton, our school special education coordinator, I had to respect her while we were in this school. But who knows what might happen once we leave this building? She might have to catch these hands. However, after talking to Miss Stapleton, I realized I needed fresher perspectives on Araminta's behavior. Let's just say she was a little biased. And I don't know what it is about Araminta. I've seen my share of crazies this past 10 years, and I'm not just talking about the students, if you know what I mean. But she's smart, and she deserves the right to education just like everybody else. I just want her freedom. I just want her freedom over everything.
Young Harriet's life was full of hardship. When she was enslaved, she was accused of helping a slave escape. Even though she denied it, the slave's owner didn't believe her. He became so angry that he threw a metal weight, some say a brick, against her head. She was knocked unconscious. Since that traumatic experience, she suffered dizzy spells, migraines, and even reported she saw visions from God.
don't you think you're exaggerating just like a little bit, Miss Berry? Like, don't you think you're overreacting just like a tad? I mean, Araminta is like very disrespectful to everyone. She is very disrespectful to me. And where I'm from, in Connecticut, I'm just not used to kids like this and this urban environment. Where I'm from, in Connecticut, I'm used to walking on the beach and riding horses. And I just can't see why, like, everybody can have the summer experience like I did. And I did my summer teaching residency there, and the kids there are, you know, just different. And me, I want to give my community service to the world. I want to give my community service back to Harlem, to the inner city. And I had to do something, Miss Berry. I had to. She doesn't listen to me like she listens to you. She hates me. She absolutely hates me. She loves you. She loves you. I just can't control her like you do. I just can't. Hey, Miss Berry. You looking real good, Miss Berry. You smelling real good too. If I wasn't married already, I would have wiped you up a long time ago. I'm just playing. You don't got to be so serious all the time. Come on and sit down. You can stand, whatever. Who we here to talk about? Araminta? That's the problem now. All these crazy black mothers naming these kids these crazy names, crazy actions. All she had to do was comply. All she had to do was follow the damn rules. And these young girls, they'll get you caught up. See, I was walking down 125th Street, right? Miss Berry, look, there's a point to my story, Miss Berry. Look, Miss Berry, look. Listen, Miss Berry, look. So I was walking down 125th Street, right? And I saw this fine, gorgeous little thing. And before I could roll up on her, she turned around. And do you know who she was? Huh? Do you know who she was? Do you know who she was? She was one of my former elementary school students who's now in high school. Now, why is she walking out the house looking like that? Why is she walking out the house looking like she want to get pregnant? These young girls will get you caught up. And that's what's going to happen to Araminta when if she graduates high school. Now, what did you want to talk to me about?
Black girls are more likely to be suspended for challenging ideas on how girls should behave, present, and express themselves. In Ohio in 2012 to 2013, Black girls received 16.3 out-of-school suspensions for disobedience or disruption, a subjective and arbitrary category, per 100 Black girls enrolled, while white girls only received 1.5 out-of-school suspensions for disobedience or disruption per 100 white girls enrolled.
They tell me I was out cold for like 30 minutes. I don't remember though. I just remember people saying kids should stay out of grown folks' business, but I don't want to lie. It's hard being in this body sometimes. My head is always hurting. And they don't ask me how I'm doing. They just write me up and expect me to do better after suspension. I want to do good. I want to do real good. I want to be great. But they just say that I'm a problem, that I'm a disruption. But who in that school looked like me? Who in that school been through what I've been through? Who in that school can help me decipher my dreams? It seems everybody always puts my feelings and my ideas and my thoughts last. Well, I'm gonna run and ain't nobody gonna stop me. Watch. 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 Philadelphia, 1849. I'm alive more than ever, battling sickness, but slavery, the real illness. Ben and Henry, bloodline strong, round mid-September, effervescent with elder spirit. Freedom is here. I can hear it. They wanted $300 for us all, but you can't put a price on liberation. Traveling's in my DNA. See, I run for my family, even though the people around me, they extra frustrating. Minty is what they call me, but I am now and forever Harriet. Bet. They vexed, because these dreams, they taken over. Inhibitions release heavy stress, hard like boulder. That Cambridge Democrat, you get that damn paper out my face. Ancestors' path stacked high on these Ghanaian shoulders, pure mercy and grace. I know folks a little weary. Dismantling my gender future a bit scary. They try to tell me that these headquakes is fictional, but the pain is real. I can hardly deal with the cold, numbing shock, which I tackle, I grapple. If I ain't running towards my freedom, nothing else even matters. For your freedom, we run for your life, 'cause we won't be defeated. We refuse to compromise. Run for your freedom, we run for your life. Run, 'cause we won't be defeated. We refuse to compromise. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. That's why we run for your freedom, run for your life, run 'cause we won't be defeated. They refuse to compromise. We run for your freedom, we run for your life, run 'cause we won't be defeated. We refuse to compromise. See, where I'm from gets me in a lot of trouble. Black or full of issue, teachers stuck in the bubble. IEP all day 'cause they can't control me. Special education 'cause they don't understand me. Talking percentages, deficits, weakness, second guess, but I'm blessed up. I'm a thoroughbred freakness. Being in these meetings can be so unnerving. Quantifying brilliance in communities underserved. See, my voice don't matter. PG's a jibber jabber, jibber jabber. Yeah, you're not feeling the PDs. Okay. Listen. Laced with microaggressive slander, knuckles strong long, 100, a century. You might not see her, but you will see me. Invisibility, like Ralph Ellison. Overqualified ebonics got them questioning me. Every move I make, every word I speak, this is damn near slavery. There will be no yes ma'am or yes sirs. Classroom compliance, obedience of learn. No Shakespeare in the ghetto. 3rd or 4th grade reading level. Planting hope in the ghetto. Broken windows education. Suspended for nothing. Cut them. Because they might have looked at her funny. Talking quite crazy. Missing 5 days on purpose. Education hazy. Resilience, a superpower. Common core, cancer shower. In this historical parade, but today will be the day that elemental blow them away. No guns needed, intelligence bullet. Meditating on that trigger before I pull it. I just need her to see this, be this. All in my vision. Have the architect superpower my ambition. That's why we run for your freedom. Run for your life. Run cause we won't be defeated. We refuse to compromise. We run for your freedom, hey. Run for your life, oh. Run for till you won't be defeated. We refuse to compromise. Standing in this room, and I know you got to have it. Please don't panic, this is Black Girl Magic. And yes, I'm doing my thing, spreading my knowledge in this Lehman College thing. Yes, I'm freestyling off the dome. You already know college is my home. Well, it used to be. I'm talking liberty and freedom, freedom over everything. That's why, yeah. We run for your freedom, run for your life, run cause we won't be defeated. We refuse to give up. Your freedom, run your life, run cause we won't be defeated. We refuse to compromise. You can snap your fingers right now. Get liberated right now. Snap your fingers right now. If you want to get liberated somehow. We fight for our lives. We run for our lives. We run for freedom. Oh, 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 oh. Clap right here. Yay. I kind of hear you. Dealing with Araminta is a bit difficult, but I fight for girls like her, you know. On Instagram, these viral videos, social media that make people afraid to deal with Black girls like Araminta. But like I said, she's brilliant and she deserves the right to education just like everybody else. But it seems in this school and in Harlem, in this school in Harlem, nobody seems to think she's capable of doing the work. Miss Stapleton, the school special education coordinator, says she's impossible. My co-teacher thinks that she only listens to Black teachers, and Mr. Davidson, the school dean, is disgusting. And I struggle to see the light of day too. I had a teacher once tell me, true story, if you talked less Black, people would take you more seriously. Well, I say, try, just try living in this body and get back to me.
Black women and girls must often navigate through a landscape that reinforces multidimensional stereotypes and debilitating narratives that negatively impact how Black femininity is understood. Implicit racial and gender biases may also inform how we read the behaviors and actions of Black girls and women, and how all of this comes together to guide whether Black girls are safe in their communities, and whether they have access to quality employment, food, housing, and education.
My brothers and I, we try to run away from Harlem to DC. We was just tired of living in these prisons, tired of the abuse. So we figured we'd leave Harlem in the middle of the night because, Harlem is full of noise and drama and nightlife or whatever. So we figured that'd be the best time to go. But then I had this idea, right, that we would leave Harlem, act like we going to school, get on a train, keep going, and never look back. I didn't know where we was going. All I know is that we had to leave here. And as much as I love Mama Rit and everything she done for us, it was time for me to leave my family. It was time for me to be the leader. So I told my brothers, I was like, look, we're going to get on the train, go all the way to the last stop, get off, and just keep going. But my brothers, they always type nervous when it come to making big decisions. But I was ready. I was ready for my time to go. Tired of people judging me, telling me what to do. So we got on the train that morning. I was ready. I was so ready. I was ready to go. We got all the way to 145th Street. My brothers froze, jumped up, and ran off that damn train. And you know what I had to do, right? You know what I had to do, right? I had to jump up and run after them.
Harriet Tubman escaped from slavery in 1849, fleeing to Philadelphia. Tubman decided to escape following a bout of illness and the death of her owner in 1849. Tubman feared that her family would be further severed and feared for her own fate as a sickly slave of low economic value. She initially left Maryland with two of her brothers, Ben and Henry, on September 17, 1849. A notice published in the Cambridge Democrat offered a $300 reward for the return of Araminta, Minty, Harry, and Ben. Once they had left, Tubman's brother had second thoughts and returned to the plantation. Harriet had no plans to remain in bondage. Seeing her brothers safely home, she soon set off alone for Pennsylvania. Tubman made use of the network known as the Underground Railroad to travel nearly 90 miles to Philadelphia. She crossed into the free state of Pennsylvania with a feeling of relief and awe, and recalled later, "When I found I had crossed that line, I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. There was such a glory over everything."
Araminta, she different. I took in a few years back, her and her two brothers and a sister. I wouldn't have a breakup. I couldn't see how breaking them up would be good for anybody. Now what you here for? You here to tell me she ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing? Well, I work hard. I work hard for these babies. And them brothers, they follow after everything she damn do. I get it. She's stubborn. She ain't got no mama. I'm the only mama that she got. They call me Mama Rit. I don't know how long they're going to be with me, though. I'm getting older and weaker. They getting stronger and wiser, and my money getting low. They not going to need me. You know how that go. And usually, I don't keep foster kids this long, but Araminta, she's sickly. Them headaches, them migraines be having her down for hours and hours at a time. And she just be talking and talking and talking and talking in her sleep. And when she wake up, I ask her, "Who is you talking to?" She say, "God." She say she talking to God, y'all. That little girl right here say, she talking to God. Now, how am I supposed to discipline that?
Araminta, it says here that you threw a book at Miss Thorne's head. Why did you do that? Did you think that was okay to do? But Miss Bandis, we know what happened. Is it really Araminta's fault? Can we blame the teacher too? Look, We have to make a decision. We are running out of time. She's going to get expelled. There's no other way around it. Do you know why you're here, Araminta? Araminta, I know you upset. Talk to them, please. Baby. Look, we got 3 suspension letters in a file. There's not another choice, folks. She's not a right fit for our school. How many more times are we going to keep suspending her? Now, where are all these suspensions coming from, Mr. Davidson? Where? I'm not here to blame Miss Berry. I'm here to lay down the law. The law is 3 suspensions and then an expulsion hearing. You know the rules. You've seen this before. Are we going to blame the teacher every time a child does something wrong? The onus is on Araminta, and she isn't saying a word. Half the time, we're struggling to get a word out of her. How is this fair to the rest of us in here who are trying to do our jobs and she's not cooperating? Why did you throw the book, Araminta?
I've been sitting and dreaming for as long as I can remember, and ain't nobody been able to label me. Them teachers don't see my dreams. In my dreams, I see myself way far from Harlem, way bigger than what's in front of me. Them people say, y'all say, that I deserve that fist, his book, they shook because I don't fit into their expectation logs and their IEPs. And I try to sit and think it all away, but the dreams of flight and freedom, they just keep coming back. I feel more than you think I see, more than you think I hear, more than you think. But to you, I'm just an ugly black girl thrown in the corner. Books thrown at her, learning thrown at her, too angry and too fast for me to catch it. Why y'all say these things to me? Why y'all say these things to me so I can believe them? Why don't you believe in me? Why don't you believe in me? Why don't y'all believe I'm a child of God? Why don't y'all believe in me? I get it. I ain't normal. I used to be fuzzy, but now I'm clear. I'm real clear. I'm still talking about freedom over everything. Right here in 2021. That's what we're talking about. There's freedom in my flight, hand full of insight, power in my flight, fingertips filled with light, fingertips filled with light. There's freedom in my flight, hand full of insight, power in my flight, fingertips filled with light, fingertips filled with light. I see more than you think, daydreams and mind speed. I'm rise above the diagnosis. I'm a genius, baby. I'm a genius, baby. They call me dumb. They call me weak. I got flight, and I got sight. They call me dumb. They call me weak. I'm weak. But I got flight, and I got sight. I see more than you see. Flying out with Godspeed. Focus, baby. You just bleed. And I got light. And I got sight. They're coming down. They're coming weak. You just bleed. But I got light. And I got sight. Listen, every great dream begins with the dreamer. You have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. I can change the world. I can change the world. I can change my life. I can change the world.
got flight,
Cause we've got light,
sight.
and we've got sight. Don't give up on your baby. Leader's hard to come by. I never thought a freedom fighter would hit me in my blind side. Mind's eye fatigued. After 12 years in, I know I failed so many. Success aplenty though, because you never know who you're reaching, teaching. From 5th grade to 12th grade, I hope and I pray I get to see ones like her, who fight for flight, whose plight is not so different from mine. I had a baby once tell me he wanted to kill me. But you see, I'm still alive and I'm here and I'm thriving. I had a baby once tell me, you so extra. But I was born with this effervescence. And to somebody out there, I was, well, shoot, I am a blessing. This classroom chivalry ain't fun. Battling administrators on the regular as being seen as more than just an extra body in the room. I've got minds to exhume, raised from the dead. 150% of the curriculum passed the lyrics in their head, putting to bed all the stereotypes that these kids can't learn. But what's more powerful than the knowledge that they earn? See, Araminta was one of 1,000. Freed from the day-to-day, challenging the labels they put on us since the beginning of history, defying the logic, beating the odds, leading people out of enslavement, recognizing the voice of God within and without. Vision super clear, never cloudy. So I say, keep growing. Keep pushing. Keep being skeptical. Keep being magical. Because as real as we are, our bodies are still comprised of stars and scars. I spit these bars for teachers and professors with knots in their stomach, hoping that their students will make it out alive. I spit these bars for the students who are mislabeled, misdiagnosed, and miseducated every single day. I spit these bars for you and me in solidarity and unity, hoping that we rest up so we can stay blessed